So data management in a hybrid or a multi-cloud environment is a major challenge for most of the organizations. How is Veeam positioned to address this challenge, and how do you differentiate from the competition?
Yeah, so I'll start with the high level. I think we've always differentiated ourselves because of our ability to look forward, and also the strength in the products that we release to the market. So if we look at, we were born in the virtualization phase. We don't have the legacy debt that comes with where most of the competitive landscape was born in, right? So if you're building on physical platforms, it was very different to when we were born in the virtualization stage. We knew very early that during that stage that cloud was going to be the next big wave, and we've been working towards, we have native protection for the three big cloud providers and continue to provide support for those. And then we also made the acquisition around Custom, which is really the Kubernetes piece, which is the next phase, right, after hybrid cloud. So our strategy has always been, it's not about so much the specific technologies, but what are the trends in which we see our customers looking ahead and saying, okay, these are the next new platforms or the next new waves of innovation that we're going to embrace and adopt. And we've been there acquiring or working with those technologies from a very early onset. So in some of our reference cases or the ones we use in APJ, some of our customers are looking to explore and then looking to Veeam on a Kubernetes side of the fence to say, hey, I want to go and explore this container view or driving my technology that way. I feel comfortable because I have the ability to back that data up and feel confident around that. So I think it's more, our differentiation is we're simple, reliable, flexible, and we're always looking forward and integrating well with the next new sets of technology waves.
Yeah, and I think just to add to that, what underpins everything that Shiva was talking about was the fact that we have a true platform now that covers, physical cloud, SaaS, applications, and virtual. The platform is very strong and allows people to basically almost cherry pick what they want in terms of protect. If they're running a cloud-based workload on AWS, they can install a very small footprint from the marketplace and back up their AWS workloads. But if that same customer has backups that are still on premises under VMware, they can then link the two through our Veeam Backup and Replication, our traditional platform, and then basically see the policies and the backups from the one console. Expanding that out, mobility is critical in this sort of world as well. So our data format is self-descripting, which means it doesn't rely on any hardware. We're agnostic of the hardware, agnostic of any file system. So once you get a workload backed up with Veeam into that repository, that Veeam repository, it then becomes portable. That means you can right-click and basically recover it. If it was a VMware machine, you can recover it to Hyper-V. You could do a restore to an EC2 instance in AWS. So that's our benefit, and that's, I think, from a hybrid perspective, why we're set up beautifully to basically attack this, modern data platform world.
Please talk about your go-to-market strategy in APJ for 2021.
So yeah, 2021, our focus, so we're 100% channel, right? So if I talk about any go-to-market strategy, one of the biggest components of that is we depend and rely on our partners. And we do that in a way where our growth strategy makes it very attractive for our 2,000 plus active resellers to work with us because we're growing, we're helping them grow, and they grow their business around the complementary services. The second component is around making sure we're driving or accrediting and helping them deliver services on top of our platform so they can deliver to their customers. Our virtual or Veeam service provider business, which is the VCSP business, is another area we're seeing significant expansion. As customers look to buy things as a service, we're helping power those technology providers or those service providers deliver those to our customer base. From a go-to-market Veeam internally, we continue to expand. We're going to add about 50 headcount to APJ, which is significant in this time of year, or in this time of if I cast my eyes to the comparative landscape in APJ. So what it tells me is that Veeam, from a financial perspective, in a very strong shape, right? We're independent. We can help drive future investment. We continue to see the benefits of investing heavily into markets that work where our customers like our technology and helping drive that forward. So we'll continue to drive that investment from a channel perspective, internal perspective, and from a customer perspective.
So can you please brief us about your channel footprint in APJ region, and what are your recent initiatives for channel partners in the APJ region, including that in India?
Yeah, so our channel footprint, we have about 30 odd distributors across APJ. We have 2,000 active resellers. They vary from different sort of levels and statuses, and our pro partner network is designed in giving people or giving our partners tools and technology to help create demand for their customer base, and also help them educate and level up with the various certifications required to help drive and push Veeam's products. We have a GSI motion, so we work with the GSIs as well. And then we have a massive alliances business, right? So our alliances business, if you think about us, we're vendor agnostic, so we work with everybody, and we partner with the major infrastructure players on one side of the fence as they go and drive digital transformation for their customers. And then we also partner very heavily with the cloud providers, right? So we're directly working with them and their distribution networks to help get technology into the hands of customers in any which way they want to consume it.
So how are you enabling VARs and solution providers to build skills around data protection, Kubernetes, disaster recovery, and data management?
Yeah, great question. So Veeam's accreditation and constant training program is designed at working with partners, upskilling them on the challenges that we currently see, and then working with them on the new challenges that we see. On the Kubernetes space, I'd say there is a wealth of knowledge within our ecosystem of partners that are also working in this space. And there's also new partners that we're going to go and work with and acquire as we work with them as they realize that backup is very critical to that Kubernetes space. We're starting to work with them as well. So it's a combination of acquiring new partners or acquire and leveraging the existing partners and constantly training and developing them. Anthony spends a lot of time, and along with some of our team, on this constant education piece, giving them the tools they need. He spends a lot of time with our service provider community. Maybe Anthony could drop a little bit into about that.
Yeah, I mean, in this new world, the new modern data platforms, education is so important because really the majority of IT ops, we talk about platform ops now, which is more a way to describe traditional IT guys who have come from the virtualization physical world up. The new application-driven world, which is driven by DevOps, that's still very much in its infancy in terms of its maturity and its uptake, right? So what we have to be able to do is lead the market, and Veeam has done that with our acquisition of Kasten last year. I've said this a few times where it's not only just a technology acquisition, but it's a people and thought leadership acquisition, because with that acquisition, we effectively acquired the market leader in the space, and that gives us a really good soapbox to go and educate the market from. So like Shiva said, that's enabled people on my team and people around the Kasten team as well to go and educate the market before it reaches critical mass. So then when it reaches critical mass, they understand how to protect these new data platforms and the applications that are sitting on top of them.
So last but not the least, please talk about your top channel priorities and focus area of the next couple of years. And please also share your channel expansion plans.
Okay, so channel priorities. I think mine is my number one priority when I talk to Belinda Jurisic, who runs channels for me in APJ, is how are we driving profitability for our channel partners, right? So number one, are we working with them in a way that they're seeing the profits? Or if we look at our growth initiatives and we look at the numbers I just talked about, 27% ARR growth, 120% bookings attainment. If we're 100% channel, how does this translate to our partner ecosystem? So it's making good big bets with some big partners and working with them on certain parts of the segments, and then also making sure that the breadth of our partner ecosystem is driving profits from working with Veeam, is excited working with Veeam, and feels very comfortable working with Veeam. I think channel business, and not trying to simplify this too much, is a very simple business. It's a business of saying what you're going to say and doing exactly what you said. And for us, it's a commitment to our partner ecosystem that I see unlike any other competitor in the industry, where we continue to drive everything through channel. So our expansion lies in our channel footprints expansion. It comes with investments with training. It comes investments with we have an event coming up soon called the Up Your Data Protection Game, solely designed for our channel ecosystem and our VARs. And encourage everybody to join that session, where we really spend a couple of days with them talking about the tools we can provide them, the technologies, how we do joint demand generation, and our service provider network, and really getting them upskilled and excited about the future for us at Veeam.
All right. Thank you so much.